15 flirting signs to instantly know if someone is flirting with you. It's not easy to pick apart the flirting signs between a guy and a girl. But if you keep an eye on these signs of flirting, you'll never go wrong. Flirting comes naturally to all of us. When you like someone, the first thing that comes to mind is to flirt with them. It's important to know the flirting signs, especially when you really like someone. You might even be unintentionally doing it without being aware of your own actions. You may think you know nothing about flirting, but when you meet someone you like, you'd instinctively start to behave differently and flirt with them even if you don't realize it. Flirting isn't just as simple as subtly touching them or as bold as saying something seductive. You can flirt by making someone laugh or even just by staring at someone for a prolonged period. It might not be as direct, but it's still counted as flirting. Perhaps, you felt more aware of your own body, or you found yourself smiling so much your jaws hurt. These are all obvious flirting signs that we give away, even if we're trying to be discreet. Unlike what we see in movies, flirting isn't always obvious to the naked eye. In this video, we'll be listing down the most obvious flirting signs between a guy and a girl you should know about. 1. A lot of touching. Touching each other a lot mid-conversation is one of the sure flirting signs, especially if the touches are unnecessary. This is why when someone is touching you more than usual, they're either comfortable with you or flirting with you. Most of the time, it's the latter that's applicable. Someone won't just cross the touch barrier unless they're having a very hard time holding themselves back from physical contact. If your cute friend is finding excuses to touch you now and then, it's a sure flirting sign. You should also pay attention if they're the type to often touch the people they talk to. If not, then you can be really sure that it's a flirting sign and that they find you irresistible. 2. Entering into the personal zone. If someone is trying to get close to you every way they can, it might be a flirting sign. If your friend tries to come really close to you to whisper something that doesn't need to be hushed, or if their hands reach out towards you often, it's obvious they want to get close to you, fast. Being close to someone, even when it's unnecessary, means they're trying to get closer to you physically. 3. Putting their best foot forward. In the animal kingdom, mating season always calls for exaggerated displays of feathers and strength. In the human world, mating and dating potentials try to show off their best sides too. Girls raise their chests or try to get a guy to notice their attractive features, while guys try to charm a girl by smooth-talking her or showing off his manliness. 4. Their eyes sparkle. One of the biggest flirting signs you can notice in a flirty conversation is the widening of the eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul for a reason, so if you notice their wide eyes sparkling attentively whenever they talk to you or even about you, they're flirting with you. Research has shown that attraction causes your pupils to dilate. You might find their eyes filled with life and emotion whenever you're talking to them. 5. Constant smiling and giggling. If your date can't help but continuously flash a big grin while talking to you, there's definitely a flirty feeling in the air. When you're attracted to someone, you'd do anything in your capabilities to make them smile. And you'd have a hard time holding that grin back as well. You may not be very funny, but if the person you're talking to beams, blushes, and laughs while talking to you, they're probably flirting with you. 6. Avoiding all external distractions quickly. If this guy or girl you're talking to receives a call when you're casually talking to them, do they excuse themselves for a while, or do they try to end the phone call immediately? One of the flirting signs you'll see is when their complete and utter attention is on you. This means they don't even bother checking their phone, and all they want to focus on is you. Even when they receive a notification or a phone call, they dismiss it entirely. If this isn't an indicator of flirting, why else are they giving you their undivided attention? Anyone who's trying to get your attention and flirt with you would always try to end any distraction as quickly as they possibly can. 7. Checking you out. Does this person look you up and down, or do their eyes wander over your body, especially when they think you're not looking? When someone's checking you out and staring at you for a prolonged period, this is a huge flirting sign. Maybe they're checking out your body or that outfit you're wearing today. Anyone who flirts with you would definitely want to take a good look at someone they're sexually attracted to. So if you want the flirting to continue, make sure you give enough time for your cute friend to take a good, long look at you. 8. Constantly blushing. Just like smiling and laughing, blushing is something that comes involuntarily in a flirty conversation. Before you say anything else, nobody looks that red when you compliment them or say something nice. It's not because of the sun, they're blushing because of you. This means you've definitely made quite the impression on them. When you notice them blushing, don't hesitate to send a compliment their way. They'd definitely appreciate that. 9. Showing off the single tag. If someone's trying to flirt with you in the hope of dating you, they'd try their best to let you know that they're not dating anyone. This is one of the very obvious flirting signs. Really, why would they go out of their way to say they're single? They're making a point, especially to you, that they're single and ready to date. 10. Veers the conversation to date plans. If your friend wants to know if both of you have any hobbies or weekend habits in common, it's a definite flirting sign. Maybe they keep talking about that fancy new bar that seems like a good hangout place or a good vacation spot. While they could be casually talking about plans they're excited about, observe if the plans are specific to you. They could try to know your favorite movies or favorite destination. Whatever it is, they're doing their best to make date plans with you subtly. 11. Compliments and exaggerated expressions. Everyone loves compliments, right? It always feels good to hear several compliments your way, especially the genuine ones. When someone goes out of their way to give you compliments regularly, this could be one of the flirting signs you should watch out for. They're not just being friendly, but they're trying to actively flirt with you and let you know you catch their fancy. Maybe they tell you that you have a gorgeous smile or that you smell great. These compliments aren't often empty-handed. 12. They get annoyed if someone interrupts. Nobody in their right mind would get offended if someone interrupts their conversation with you, unless they like you or have feelings for you. Does this friend you're talking to get offended, or do they behave rudely with another person if they cut in to join the conversation? Whenever someone interrupts mid-conversation, it seems they're always annoyed or frustrated. 13. Guys acts dominant, girls acts coy. Both, men and women, have different flirting signs you should be aware of. The guy would try to behave more manly or protective, while the girl would start to behave in a very demure and coy manner. When you notice either of these mannerisms of someone you know, they could be flirting with you. If you feel like this friend talks to everyone else in a particular way and becomes very affectionate, or protective, around you, that's a good flirting sign to watch out for. 14. Focusing their attention on you. Similar to one of the points mentioned above, someone flirting with you won't be distracted easily. This also means that their undivided attention is on you. They actively listen to your stories, even the most boring ones, and they accidentally bump into your shoulder or touch your face. When they look at you, it's like you're the only person in the room and nobody else exists. If this friend is completely attentive to you and your needs and nothing else, even if there are several others around, there's definitely something brewing in the air. 15. Excited to be with you. When they're with you, there's a certain anticipation and excitement that's clearly in the air. You can't pinpoint why, but they're very excited to be around you, even when both of you are doing nothing out of the ordinary. One of the biggest flirting signs is the excitement in the air. When others see you, they just assume you're a couple already because of how joyful and happy you are together. If this friend always tries to prolong the conversation or doesn't want the conversation to end with you, it's a definite flirting sign. So, what do you do with these flirting signs? When you confirm that someone is really flirting with you, it's up to you to decide whether to flirt back and take a chance on that person. It doesn't have to imply anything serious, but can be the start of a beautiful connection with them. You can use these flirting signs to your advantage and also confirm if your crush does like you back. These signs of flirting come involuntarily between two people who are attracted to each other. Flirting can be so subtle that you miss out on the obvious signs entirely, which is why you need to remember these flirting signs every time you're in a conversation with someone you like.